The NBA has seen some of the greatest athletes in the world grace its courts, but there's one thing that has drastically changed over the years: their salaries. Have you ever wondered how much NBA legends made compared to today's multi-millionaire superstars? Well, in today's video, we're diving into the evolution of NBA salaries, how much legends earned, and how the modern-day NBA players are breaking records when it comes to earnings. Let's start at the very beginning. The NBA was founded in 1946, and back then, players didn't make much. In fact, in the 1950s, the average salary for an NBA player was only around $5,000 per year. To put that in perspective, that's roughly the same as about $55,000 today, accounting for inflation. For comparison, that's about what a middle-class salary might be in today's economy. Legends like George McCann and Bill Russell were dominant on the court, but even they didn't earn the huge paychecks we see today. McCann, the first true NBA superstar, earned just $15,000 per year. But despite the low salaries, these early players were laying the groundwork for future generations. Fast forward to the 1980s, when the NBA began to explode in popularity. Stars like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became household names. And with that rise in popularity, players began earning significantly more. In the 1980s, Magic Johnson was one of the highest-paid players, earning about $2 million per year, an enormous leap from the 1950s. The game was becoming more global, and players were starting to see the fruits of their labor. But even then, the truly massive salaries were still a few years away. The 1990s marked the era of Michael Jordan, and with it came a huge shift in the way NBA players were paid. The NBA was no longer just a national sport. It was global, thanks to MJ's dominance in his global brand, Air Jordan. And that meant players were now commanding much larger contracts. In 1997, Michael Jordan signed a one-year contract with the Chicago Bulls worth $33 million, making him the highest-paid player of his time. While this number still seems small compared to the contracts we see today, it was a massive deal back then, especially for a single season. And let's not forget, Jordan's earnings were only part of the picture. His endorsement deals were bringing in millions more. Moving into the 2000s, the NBA was on a new trajectory, with players like Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tim Duncan leading the charge. Salaries continued to skyrocket, especially with the new TV contracts and a booming global fan base. Kobe Bryant, for instance, signed a 7-year, $136 million deal with the Lakers in 2004. That's over $19 million per year. Shaq also commanded big money, earning over $20 million in 2000. But still, the real game changer came in the next decade. Now let's talk about the game changer, the introduction of Supermax contracts. In the 2010s, players like Stephen Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant started earning contracts that most of us can only dream of. LeBron James, for example, signed a 4-year, $154 million deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016. That's $38.5 million per year. And Stephen Curry, with his current deal, is making a staggering $45 million annually. But it doesn't stop there. These superstars also earn millions more from endorsement deals with brands like Nike, Under Armour, and more. And now in 2025, NBA salaries have hit new heights. Players like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and the newly emerging stars are raking in more money than ever before. In fact, Giannis just signed a massive 5-year, $228 million Supermax contract. That's $45 million a year. And the trend is only going up. With the NBA's growing international presence, players are securing multi-million-dollar deals like never before. And don't forget the sponsorships. LeBron James reportedly earns around $65 million annually just from endorsements. So what does this mean for the future? The NBA's salary cap continues to rise, and with the new TV deals and growing global influence, players are likely to keep earning more. The biggest stars are not just athletes, they're global icons with influence that transcends sports. What used to be a sport for only the most dedicated fans has become a multi-billion-dollar global industry. And the players, once underpaid pioneers, are now taking the fruits of their labor, on and off the court. If you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA salaries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future basketball content. Until next time, keep ballin'.